Hey everyone, and welcome back. This is part 3 of our amazing trip through Africa. Today we're going deep into the middle of this awesome continent, a place bursting with all kinds of life. But it's the people's stories that are really interesting today. From the famous Maasai warriors of Kenya to the storytellers of Rwanda, we'll see all sorts of different cultures. Every tribe, every group of people is special in Africa. They've kept their traditions alive for many years, and their stories are a big part of who they are. Get ready to be amazed by everything Africa has to offer. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell us your favorite tradition in the comments. First, we're going to Kenya, the home of the Maasai. They're super famous for being brave warriors. The Maasai do this awesome jumping dance called the Adumu. It's not just for fun, it shows how strong, fast, and brave they are. The Samburu, who are related to the Maasai, have their own cool traditions. They use beautiful beads in ceremonies when young people become adults. Survival in the arid north. Next, we're heading north to meet the Turkana people. They live in the desert and are really good at surviving in a tough environment. Guardians of the forest. The Kikuyu are the biggest group in Kenya. They love and respect the land, and they remember their ancestors in special forests and songs. Where history whispers. The Mijikenda people protect special forests called Kaya forests. They pray and do ceremonies there, and they tell stories about their history. Kingdom in the clouds. Now we're going south to the country of Lesotho, high in the mountains. It's the home of the Basotho people who wear those cool blankets. More than meets the eye. Those blankets aren't just for staying warm, they're important symbols. They protect people from the weather and they remind them of their history. Echoes in the mountains. In Lesotho, the Xhosa people have their own special traditions. Their weddings, called umtshato, are big celebrations with lots of music. Keepers of the spoken word, the Batong people are great storytellers. They share their history and the stories of their ancestors by telling them out loud. Prosperity rooted in tradition 11. The Bafokeng people farm and take care of animals together. This isn't just work for them, it's an important part of their traditions and shows how wealthy they are. Celebrating the harvest's bounty. The Zizi people have awesome harvest festivals. They play drums, decorate their houses with carvings, and celebrate with lots of art. Where spirits dance. Let's go west to Liberia. The Kapela people wear masks and dance to connect with spirits. A glimpse into the spirit world. These masked dances aren't just performances. They're a way for the Kapela people to talk to the spirits in the forest and ask for their help. Whispers of the forest. Deep in the Liberian rainforest live the Gola people. They're very connected to nature and the spirits of the forest. Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. Today we're going on an amazing journey to Madagascar, an island nation bursting with unique cultures. Let's meet some of the incredible people who call this place home. First up, we have the Marina people. They have this really interesting tradition called Famadihana, which means turning of the bones. Yeah, you heard that right. They dig up the bones of their ancestors, rewrap them in fresh cloth, and then have a big party with food and music. It's their way of showing respect and remembering their family members who have passed away. Pretty cool, huh? Next, we're heading to meet the Zafi Manari. These guys are like the master woodcarvers of Madagascar. They create these super detailed patterns on their houses and furniture. Their work is so amazing that UNESCO, which is like a big group that protects important places and traditions, considers it a cultural treasure. It's not just art, it's a way of life passed down from parents to children for ages. Now let's travel to the south and meet the Antandroy, also known as the people of the thorns. They live in a really tough desert environment, but they're incredibly resourceful. They know how to survive and even thrive in such a challenging place. Talk about strong and clever. Gap 2S. Our next stop is with the Betsileo people. These folks are amazing farmers. They build these terraced fields on the hillsides to grow rice and other crops. These terraces aren't just for farming, they show how much the Betsileo respect nature. It's like a beautiful partnership between people and the land. Finally, let's meet the Sakalava. They have a special way of honoring their ancestors through music and dance. Their ceremonies are full of joy and spiritual meaning. It's how they connect with their past and keep their traditions alive. Imagine the music, the movement, the energy. So there you have it, a quick look at some of the amazing cultures of Madagascar. Each group is unique, but they all share a deep connection to their land and their ancestors. I hope you learned something new today. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. We're amazed by all the different cultures here, from the Maasai warriors to the masked dancers of Liberia. Everyone has shown us their special traditions and stories. These stories aren't just from the past. They're still alive today and changing with the times, but they still keep the important parts of their culture. It's amazing how these cultures have kept their traditions alive, even with all the changes in the world. It shows how strong the spirit of Africa is. Stick around to the end for a story about how art helped people in Rwanda heal and rebuild after a really tough time. Hey everyone, today we're going on a cultural adventure to Malawi. Let's learn about some amazing traditions. The Chiwa people have this really cool mass dance called the Gulwamkulu. It's not just for fun though, it's full of symbols and important meanings like teaching everyone how to be good people. Then there are the Tumbuka people. They're awesome storytellers and singers. Their songs and stories teach about history and important life lessons. The Yao people have special ceremonies for boys becoming men. These ceremonies teach them about being responsible and following traditions. Now, the Ngoni people were known as brave warriors. They celebrate their history with exciting dances and songs. And the Lomwe people, they have special dances for harvests and other big celebrations. Each of these traditions shows how diverse and interesting Malawi's culture is. Every dance, song and ceremony is like a special piece of a big, beautiful puzzle. They remember the past and teach kids how to be good people in the future. Our journey isn't over yet. African culture is alive and always changing, but it remembers where it came from. The stories, dances and rituals we've learned about show how strong and amazing Africa is. Stick around, we have one last story to share. It's about art and healing from Rwanda. Hey everyone, welcome back. We're traveling through Africa together and our next stop is Rwanda. This amazing country has overcome tough times and come out even stronger. In Rwanda, art isn't just pretty to look at, it's a way for people to heal and come together. Have you heard of Intor? It's a special dance in Rwanda that's full of energy and amazing moves. When warriors do this dance, they're telling stories about being brave and strong. They wear colorful clothes, hold spears, and jump and spin like you wouldn't believe. It's like watching the spirit of Rwanda come to life. But wait, there's more. Rwanda has something called Imigongo art. You won't believe this, but they make these cool paintings using cow dung. Yeah, you heard that right. This type of art started a long time ago and uses bright colors and shapes. Making Imigongo art is like therapy. It helps people feel better and start fresh. And let's not forget about the music. In Rwanda, they have traditional songs called ikinimba. They're like the heartbeat of the culture. These songs talk about love, heroes, and being there for each other. Sometimes they use a special instrument called the inanga to play along. The music is beautiful and reminds everyone of Rwanda's history and how tough its people are. After facing really hard times, Rwanda found special ways to heal. They brought back something called Gakaka courts. These are like community meetings where people talk about what happened and find ways to forgive. It was a big part of helping everyone feel like they could be part of the community again. As we learn about the art and healing traditions of Rwanda, we see a country that took something painful and turned it into something powerful. The dances, paintings and songs aren't just old things from the past. They're like reminders that people can overcome anything and still have hope. Our trip through Africa has shown us so many different cultures and traditions. Every story, every dance, every piece of art is like a piece of thread that makes Africa so special and beautiful. Stick with us because we're going to keep exploring the amazing things about this continent. What part of Rwanda's art and healing really stood out to you? Tell us in the comments. Hey everyone, let's go to Namibia in Africa. We're going to see the Himba tribe. They're super famous. They use this red paste called otjizi. It's not just makeup, it's sunscreen and bug spray too. How cool is that? Beauty that's good for you. Visuals. Himba are women with red ochre-covered skin and elaborate hairstyles. Next up, the San people. Sometimes they're called Bushmen. They're one of the oldest tribes in the whole world. Their language uses clicks like tisk tisk. And their rock art is like super old. It shows how people lived way back then. Visuals. San people communicating in their click-based language, showing ancient rock art. Now check out the Herero women. They wear these beautiful dresses that look like they're from a long time ago. They wear them to remember their history and show how strong they are. Visuals. Herero women in colorful Victorian-style dresses. Let's see the Awambo people. They have a big party called the Oshipi Festival. It's like a thank you to nature for all the food. There's lots of dancing and eating. Visuals. Awambo people dancing and feasting during the Oship Festival. And finally the Damara people. They love to sing. They have a special kind of singing called /ni/as. It's really cool to hear. Visuals. Damara people singing and playing traditional instruments. Namibia is an amazing place with so many different tribes. Each one has its own special story. Would you try that red paste the Himba use? Let me know in the comments. Hey everyone! Did you know that Nigeria is a country bursting with different cultures? It's home to hundreds of tribes and each one has its own special traditions. Let's take the Igbo people for example. They celebrate something called Iwaji, which is the New Yam Festival. It's a big celebration where they give thanks for the harvest and they have amazing masked dancers, music and tons of delicious food. Next up we have the Yoruba people. They're known for their incredible wedding ceremonies. Imagine bright colors, lively dancing and traditional prayers. It's a beautiful display of love and togetherness. Now let's talk about the Hausa people. They're one of the biggest groups in Africa and they're famous for their horseback riding skills. They even have a festival called the Durbar where you can see amazing horsemen showing off their skills and colorful outfits. Have you heard of the Fulani people? They travel around with their cattle and they have a very unique festival called the Sharo Festival. Young men show how strong and brave they are by getting whipped in public. It's definitely not for the faint of heart. Last but not least, we have the Kanuri people. They're amazing weavers, creating beautiful fabrics. They live a fascinating life near Lake Chad, adapting to the desert environment. So tell me, which Nigerian festival would you love to see in person? Let me know in the comments below. Hey everyone, and welcome to Rwanda. Our adventure ends here with something really cool. The Intor dance. Imagine a powerful, graceful performance that tells a story. Long ago, warriors would do this dance to get ready for battle. Today, it reminds everyone how strong and resilient Rwandans are. Next, we meet the TWA people. They've lived in Rwanda the longest and are amazing potters. They have a deep connection to the land, and their pottery isn't just a hobby. It's a way of life, passed down from parents to children. But let's check out the Hutu people and their awesome festival, Umuganura. It's a big celebration of the first harvest with lots of music, dancing and yummy food. Everyone comes together to say thank you and share the good things from the land. Gap 2S. Now meet the Tutsi people. They're known for taking care of their cattle and telling amazing stories. These stories are full of wisdom and history and are super important to their culture. And finally, we have the Banyarwanda and their special dance, the Ikinimba. This dance tells love stories and shares important values. It shows how much unity and harmony there is in Rwandan culture. Wow, Africa is just full of surprises, isn't it? So many different people and traditions. Which tradition from this video did you like the best? Tell us in the comments below and get ready for part 4 where we'll finish our amazing trip across